Hello, friends. Pastor Preston is my name, and I'm so excited to come your way today. So, I had a story that was very brilliant of two young boys who were growing up in a family. And while they wanted to take up a certain decision, right, their uncle told them not to do it. That was not going to work, right? And then one of them obeyed, the other one did not obey, right? He went on to go on with his convictions. And then, of course, he succeeded. While he succeeded, all right. The other one went to his uncle and said, "Oh, I would have done the same thing and I would have succeeded, but you told me not to go." And then the uncle said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know better." Okay. And then, of course, that really taught me a lot of lesson. All right. Number one, human beings are opinionated. It is important that you understand that. That's one. Secondly, human beings don't have fixed opinion. So be careful, right, how you listen to people's suggestions concerning your life. Now, listen, I know that the scripture says in the multitude of counsel there is safety, right? But of course, when people talk, listen to the fact in what they say and then check the fact within your convictions. Let me explain. Number one, if someone just tell you, "I don't think that thing is going to work," and you paid attention to that without them proving why it will not work, right? And you have proof why what you want to do will work, then you are not wise. That's number one. Number two, if someone says this thing will not work because it had never worked before, why don't you do this that has worked? And you have fact in convinced, right, for the new thing you want to do, then you should not listen, because every new thing was done by someone who seemed stupid. Okay. And there's nothing wrong in failing in trying a new thing. Okay. So you must be careful how you listen to people's opinion and you don't focus on the things that you have to do. You know, a lot of people always want to think, what do people think about me? Right? What do they feel about me? Right? What do you think? What do you think? Right? And of course, they want to just please all people. Right? Once you try to live your life to please people, you will lose God. You will lose where you're going, what you need to accomplish and fulfill with your life. So learn to stick with the thing that you have been told to do by God. It's been verified that the Lord told you to do it, right? Stick with it and continue, right? Don't care what people think. Listen, people don't have fixed opinion. When you succeed, they will change their mind. Let me say that again. When you succeed, they will change their mind. So don't allow their opinion to stop you from doing what you need to do. Okay, set out to do what you have to do and do it. When I started ministry, I was called a boy of God. I was said how I didn't have a calling and all that stuff, right? And it was a pastor who told me all these things that I'm telling you now. Can I shock you? That pastor is not in ministry right now. And to the glory of God, I have been counting several years, maybe like 2 decades, right, in ministry. So that tells you that you must be careful how you allow people's opinions stop what the Lord has told you to do. As a matter of fact, many of them are even Satan trying to fight you. And I'll tell you the truth. Satan will use people to stop what the Lord has told you to do. Okay, if the Lord told you, it has been confirmed, verified and confirmed that it was the Lord, then stick out and then be courageous about it, right? Don't turn to the left, don't turn to the right. Make sure you give it all that's required. In fact, as a matter of fact, all you need to begin to do is to find out what it requires to accomplish it and give it every day. Sometimes you will try things that may not work. Don't be discouraged. Just continue and put all your energy to doing what you have to do. Because when you succeed, the people who told you not to do it will just apologize casually. Okay. But once you fail from not doing what God has told you to do, they will not join you to answer to God and say, "Well, I didn't know it was going to work. I was the one who discouraged it." No. So it is your life. It is your purpose. It is your calling. Pursue it. Give it your best, right? Pay deaf ears to everyone who cannot comprehend what the Lord has told you. Focus with what the Lord has told you to do and succeed in that thing that He has called you to do. Give it the best. So, number one, be courageous at what He has told you to do. That's what David advised his son Solomon in First King chapter number 2, right? And then, of course, that's what God told Joshua in Joshua chapter number 1, 7 to 8. You must be courageous. Okay, same thing He said to Gideon. When God called Gideon, He asked him, He says, "All those people who lacks courage, let them go away." And thousands of people walked away, right? And that's how it works. Thousands of people will walk away from a great course because it doesn't seem to make sense. And God likes to, do things that doesn't make sense, right? So you can give him the glory. So you have to be courageous. Next thing is you have to inquire the cost. You have to inquire the cost. He that wants to build a house, let him sit down and count the cost if he had what it would take to finish it. Okay, you have to inquire the cost. Certainly, you might not know all of the cost, but once you are prepared in courage and you know some of the cost, throw your heavy weight on those requirements. Do what it requires to become it. Do what it requires to become it. Okay, put your heavy energy on those things. So when you know the cost, you learn the cost, or you have acquired the cost, you throw it on it. Okay, because it is garbage in, garbage out. If you put the right thing in, the right result will come. Truth be told, when you start off, sometimes it may not show up because you are still mastering to use the requirement that you are learning. So don't give up. Continue to try until you master it. 7 times a righteous man will fall, he'll arise again. So give it the cost. Be sacrificial towards it. Give it your all. Listen, anything you cannot give your all, you don't deserve to live for it. I'm telling you the truth. Give it your all. Number 4, walk against every distractions that will show up. As a matter of fact, someone said, for every one door God opens towards you, Satan will open 9 amazing doors to distract you from that one door. Make sure you don't enter that 9. Stay with what God has called you to do and give it your best. Okay, reject every distraction. Some distractions can come as opposition. Some might come as a more interesting opinion. So make sure you identify them and don't fall for them. Then, of course, you must be disciplined, right? Discipline means that I do what I ought as against what I feel or what I like. You must be disciplined to stick to doing how you should do, right? So you can get the result per time. Lastly, it is important that you know, okay, that every great thing that someone wants to accomplish, it is not a commonplace. So that means you may not find so many people doing like you're doing, or committing to such kind of course, or even following the same kind of discipline and protocol, right? So don't let the fact that maybe only you, a few people, are in this character discourages you from doing how you ought. While I close this, let me balance this, right? Or let me bring it to a perfect an expression. Be careful not to allow the devil to mislead you, or stupidity to mislead you, to want to go on a course where nobody can understand. And then you want to just be running and say, well, I don't care about people's opinion. There is not a calling, right, of God that one person of the spirit or in sound excellence cannot comprehend. Of course, many people cannot comprehend, but 1 or 2 persons may be able to comprehend. So be careful how you jump on a thing that it is only you that understands, right? There are no validations from the spirit. There are no validations from an elder or a professional, and it's only you that want to run. So you might not just trade your life on the wrong thing and discover that you have wasted your life. So be careful, right, how to do that. However, a great course is not common, and you must not listen to people's opinion. You must give your best to it and then ensure that you achieve it, because you got one life to live. You will not live here twice, right? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your years. Make sure that you give your best shot to life and achieve all that God designed you for. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.